This is the real problem, right? So he's played 4 games. Okay, that's it. He's on bye this week. Okay, so the real problem was week 1. The Falcons came out. Eagles defense is not great. They were dinking and dunking. They got no yards, no touch. Like it looked like just a really crappy, scared offense. Not been the case so much. Pitts is coming alive. Cordell Patterson's coming alive. Mike Davis is filling in his role. So this is a brand new team, right? When's the last time we seen a team, without Julio, Matt Ryan? Like this is a different team. They cut all four of their running backs from last year are gone. Even in the draft, like they don't have any of the running backs they drafted or had last year.
A lot of them are out.
It's a totally different team. So I think they're coming to their own, and we're seeing Calvin Ridley still get the targets, right? Week 1, 8 targets. Week 2, 10. Week 3, 11. Week 4, 13 targets. Misses week 5 due to personal reasons. Doesn't travel to London. Team still looks Falcons offense still looking better. Air yards have also gone up. So the air yards were like complete poop the first week, have gone up a little bit. So it's looking really good for Calvin Ridley. This is a big name. This was, can he, quote unquote, can he be wide receiver 1 in fantasy this year? Not that easy to trade for him. I admit that. We like to give functional advice that you can actually follow in real life and pull off. But because he was out last week and because he's on bye, the hypometer is down, kind of like with Higgins. Now, Higgins obviously doesn't have this type of name at all, but for a guy this caliber, the hype meter is way down. You might be able to sneak in. Now, a trade like this is not going to go unnoticed. People are going to notice this type of blockbuster trade, but I think you can sneak in and get him at a discount. Calvin Ridley, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I say one more thing before I go?
Add it on.
Me and Drew had Kyle Pitts on the buy low like 2 weeks ago, and now look what happened. We were right,
Boom.
Drew.
That was a good buy low, of course. You can't get Kyle Pitts for low anymore.
He is who he said he was. A unicorn.
And Ridley, you could probably get him for under market value, like Hussein's saying. He was going to shoot up and do some big things this season. You can't really disagree with any of those points.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the price. It's all about the price. If you can get him at a good price, you do.
Yeah, the price is all that. It really
Mike has to leave. Mike has to leave. He's probably playing basketball again in real life.
Yeah, he's got this adult league going on, guys. So he shoots out early. Do you want to move on to the next one?
What do we got? I don't even remember. Oh, Gronk.
Mr.
I think it's
Rob
one we all agreed on. Yeah. OJ Howard, blah, blah, blah. Right. As we said at the beginning. They're going to OJ Howard a lot. Probably too much. I might that was too much. A little too much Howard. I don't know what was up with that. I mean, he did good, but come on, you got some other weapons there. This is Brady's guy.
Yeah, it's his red zone target.
And I'm just thinking he almost played this week. May have played if it was a Sunday game instead of a Thursday game. So I'm thinking that the hype has died down. Look, maybe the owner, Gronk owner is going to want you to overpay for him. Right? Every trade, I'm saying 99% of the time, it's all about what you can pay. Right? That's it. But I'm thinking if you can get him for super cheap, I think some of you can. I think you definitely do it, especially with all these weird tight ends balling out like Dawson Knox. Ricky Seals-Jones is going to probably ball out this week. Ertz was a great streaming option. Probably forgetting a bunch of other guys that are just, Dalton Schultz. It seems like he could be better than Travis Kelce in freaking fantasy all of a sudden. Yeah. Came out of nowhere. These are all ballers. Seriously, you could start Ricky Seals-Jones this week. You could start Ertz. You could start all these guys. Dawson Knox, of course. So yeah,
he's been just out of his mind.
Gronk's a good one if you can get him cheap, which is basically the asterisk by every single one of these guys.
Yeah, but the thing, like you said just a minute ago, you mentioned how it's all about what you can offer. I mean, it may sound super basic, but when you look at someone else's team and you want to get Gronkowski, you got to see what other position he needs or she. And it might be that they need an extra running back or they need a wide receiver. In any case, that's the position you got to send over for the trade and try to get the guy you need.
Great advice. Another thing I'm going to add to this that I think is a little more advanced than what you're saying, but the same topic is tight ends are overall pretty scarce. Now there are, there's a bunch of new studs coming up, but it's still a scarce position.
Good point.
And if you're like, well, that's contradicting what I just said, but wide receiver is a deep position. So if I'm dealing with some idiot that overvalues wide receivers, I'm trying to get a wide receiver for cheap 100% of the time. I'm not overpaying for any freaking wide receiver. I'm finding them off waivers regularly. Like, I mean, it's not that easy, but I'm saying it's, I can do that. You can't do that with the running back, and you can't do that with the quarterback in super flex. So you can't, right? I mean, you could, I think my teammate just spent 80% FAB on Geno Smith. I mean, that's the best, and that's because Russell Wilson finally somehow got injured, right? Like freakishly somehow this guy's going to be missing games and hurt his hand. So you got to know who you're dealing with. So, the fantasy owners that overvalue wide receivers, you can't get a wide receiver from them. But some people, what I'm really saying is what I've seen a lot. Some people undervalue tight ends, and that's where you can swoop in. They don't realize that the tight end is scarce because they're spoiled and have two tight ends, right? They have Dawson Knox on their bench. They got Ricky Seals-Jones on their bench. I know it's a temporary fix, but it's still going to be good. Ricky Seals-Jones was like a 99% of the snaps last week. And
he's got good hands, just to throw it out there. I've watched a couple of those games. He looks like he could be good.
Bro, they're playing the Chiefs. Like they just
but he's got
nuts.
Good tracking and everything.
Like that's my main, I don't know. I'm just saying some people don't value tight end as much, and they have Gronk sitting on their bench. I have 3 tight ends in one league, and it would actually seem stupid, but I actually need all 3 this week because I got Kyle Pitts. I drafted Higbee late, and I picked up Gronk for free as a free agent. So in the IG Experts League. So I mean, turns out, hey, I need all 3 now because one's hurt, one's on bye, and Higabibi, Higaboo. Goodbye.